Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's movie review time once again. So this afternoon I watched the sequel to Happy Death Day, which is a 2017 slasher and black comedy mix. That was the last movie that I reviewed, and this is the sequel, Happy Death Day to You, which came out earlier this year. This movie is more of science fiction meets black comedy. I feel that the original is a little better. Excuse me, because it's got the originality running for it. And of course, hats off to Jessica Roth, who is amazing as the lead actress in the movie. She does a lot of that in this movie as well, and I think she kind of, the movie is basically carried by her, is what I believe, both of the movies, but this one especially. So, in the sequel, it's the very next day, September 19th, a Tuesday, a day after her birthday. Carter, her now new boyfriend, his roommate Ryan wakes up in his car and walks in on Carter and Tree, in their room. So he goes back to the college labs to work on an experimental quantum reactor with his fellow students. Samar, played by Samar, I guess. I think it actually could have been Samir, but it's written Samar over here, and that's what it says, I think, in the movie as well. But I initially thought it was actually Samir. Played by Surit Sharma, who is a Malayali like me. Of course, he was born in New Delhi. And Dre, another student. So while they're working on the reactor, the dean comes in and unplugs the machine because it's been triggering a lot of several power outages. So after they leave, Ryan is murdered by someone dressed in a babyface mask. So, and he wakes up again. So the time loop actually affects him this time. Initially, he doesn't know what's happening, but then when he meets up with Tree and Carter and tells them what happens, Tree recognizes that he is now in the time loop, and they discover that it's the reactor that's actually responsible for creating the loop. So now they need to track down the new killer because they know it's someone else. They capture him, but unfortunately, when they unmask him, they find out that he's actually another version of Ryan, and then he warns, saying that the original must die for the time loop to close. So our Ryan right now goes and activates the reactor. The dean comes in, a couple of other security guards come in. Ryan's students, fellow students are there, along with Tree and Carter. He starts it, there's a big burst of energy and everyone is knocked out. When Tree wakes up, she is back again on her birthday, and she gets really upset because now she's going to have to face the whole thing over again. However, there's a difference. She actually gets knocked out into another dimension where she takes the role of another version of herself. However, she finds that even though Carter and her are not together, he's actually with a nicer version of Danielle. Problem is, her mother, that is Tree's mother, who passed away a few years ago, is actually still alive in this. So she goes out to meet her dad. She meets her mother. She's extremely happy and emotional. It's their birthday. Both of them were born on the same day. So she decides that she wants to stay in this reality. However, she decides to go and kill the serial killer John Toombs from the first movie, but she gets arrested, and Babyface, someone wearing the babyface, kills the officer. And then she runs in. Tree escapes from him, runs into Laurie, and she is not the killer. So she gets killed by Babyface, and then Tree runs away, and she accidentally is killed when she falls off the rooftop. So she takes the help of Ryan and the other two students and Carter to find the algorithm that can actually reset everything. However, at one particular point, she's not really sure because she wants to stay back here, be with her mother, but she wants the time loop to actually end. At the same time, she'll be sacrificing her relationship with Carter, who she's actually quite very fond of, and she's actually found true happiness for the first time. So while one of the funny scenes in the movie is there's a song that goes along when they're trying to work on the algorithms. At the end of every day, she has to kill herself because That's the only way that they can actually test out different versions of the algorithm. And she keeps saying Carter and Daniel, and she like kills herself in various ways. She electrocutes herself by lying in the bathtub and putting an active, switched on hair dryer into the bathtub. She jumps out of a jumps out of a plane without a parachute, just wearing a bikini. There's a funny scene where she actually points at the camera. She kills herself by drinking chemicals and all that stuff. So, however, as time goes, as many of her deaths goes by, she realizes that she's actually getting very weak. She's having the pain of whichever previous version, previous way that she actually killed herself. She decides that she wants to stay back and take over because her mother's there, even though she has to sacrifice her relationship with Carter. However, he tries to convince her that she's not living her proper life. She's living some other version of Tree's life. So she decides that she wants to go back to Emmett. She wants to save herself, so she takes her dad and mom and travel far away. However, while they're staying at a motel, she sees the news that Carter was killed by the babyface. Now, if the time loop works, if the algorithm works, which is actually, they actually do get the right algorithm, she's going to be stuck there, but Carter's going to be dead. So she decides that she's going to stop this thing. She kills herself by running her car into the power station nearby, resetting everything. But now she's she's really hurting. She's become really weak. So she takes Carter's help, and they find the actual killer, who is actually her ex-boyfriend in the original universe. The doctor professor. He and his wife decide to start killing people, and in order to pacify his wife, the doctor is trying to kill Laurie, and his wife is also along with him as an accomplice. So they manage to actually defend themselves. Carter also comes in and helps. Finally, the reactor is switched on. The new algorithm is entered, and she's sent back to her original timeline or her original universe. She gets a reunion with Carter, and everything is set properly, and thus ends the movie. So, although her mother's not there anymore, Carter had actually convinced her that her mom's death, dealing with the pain of losing a parent, is what has made her the person she is now. And if she's actually going back to the second dimension, she wouldn't be the same person. So thus ends the movie. Is it as good as the first one? Not really. But I mean, it's not like the first movie is here and the second movie is here. It's more like somewhere around here. Let me see what I think I rated the movie as 7.5 out of 10. I guess I would probably put this one as a 7. It was okay. I mean, there were portions of the movie where it reminded me way too much of the first movie, especially the hospital scenes where you're waiting for something to happen, waiting for the killer to appear. That kind of felt a little repetitive, but otherwise I think I enjoyed most of the movie. So I'm going to quickly check and see what I actually rated for the movie. This is a hard movie to actually do a review for. There's way too much stuff that's actually happening. Let's see. If you're wondering where I'm actually checking it, I'm actually checking my blog because I also give ratings for the movies on my blog as well. And my system is kind of slow right now. Yeah, kind of remember it being 7.5. If so, this one is definitely a 7. Like I said, it's just slightly less because of the repetition kind of thing, but otherwise everything else is kind of funny. Jessica Roth, she's one of my new favorite comedic actresses because she does an amazing job. I quite enjoy her acting. She's got a little bit of that physical side of comedy, as well as her expressions and all that stuff is really funny. Yeah, I'm just checking up. Yeah, I did give it a 7.5, so this one is a 7. Excuse me, I was right the first time. Uh, Happy burping. So Happy Death to You is a 7 out of 10 for me, and but it's still good. I mean, I really enjoyed these two movies. Like I said, the second one I really can't call it a horror movie at all because it's more of a science fiction thriller with the black comedy elements in it. So, but I think you will definitely enjoy watching these two movies. So I'll see you again pretty soon. Take care. Have a good night.